Okay, so what's up guys? Today's not going to be like a normal video. I'm basically going to be showing you guys movement tips and tricks and how I play the game. So first you want to start off with your loadout. For movement, basically what I do is I usually run these perks. So I have double time. That basically gives you that increase in your attack sprint. But I think it's like 8 seconds. I either run hardline or restock. That's up to you. Amped gives you faster weapon swap in case you want a YY. And then these are my specialist perks, quick fix, EOD, and high alert. For movement, I recommend either using the Kali sticks or the combat knife. The swords are not really good for movement, I'd say. Kali sticks will make you move faster, but the knife is a one hit. So yeah. So first we're going to start off with the basic crouch. Obviously, I have my crouch button on my mouse. So for you mouse and keyboard players, if you do have a gaming mouse, I recommend trying and using your keybinds on your mouse. It's very helpful. That's what I've been doing. I have a Logitech G502, so I do have 4 keybinds on my mouse that I use. So I have my mouse button 4 as my crouch and slide, my mouse button 5 as my mount and mantle, and then my melee. I changed my DPI shifters to keybinds. So I have my melee, and then I have my nades. So I'm just going to show you a basic slide cancel. So what you want to do is you basically move forward. I have auto attack sprint on. I highly recommend having this. It's very good for movement. If not, up to you. That's personal. But I do recommend trying attack sprint and see if you like it. So basic crouch and slide is going to be just run forward, slide, unbind, walk forward, slide, jump up if you want. That helps too. Slide back and forth. Just keep clicking and unclicking your slide button. So depending on your gunfight, you're going to want to do a longer slide or a short slide, stop, try and break your enemy's camera, move around. Find a good sense that is comfortable to you, something that you like, something that will help your arm get a free movement so you can turn around easily win gunfights. Okay, next I'm going to show you the jump shot. So what I have is you basically just run forward, aim down, jump. Spacebar to jump is what I use. And in Modern Warfare, I do prefer jump shotting over drop shotting because it gives you that momentum. You don't lose momentum when you're running around and jumping versus when you run around, drop, get back up and run again. So with Kali sticks, which is what I mainly use now, you do get that boost. And at the start of every round, what I do recommend doing is stim popping. So let's say you start over here and spawn, right? You run. Once you get up about to this point, you pop your stim and that'll reset your attack sprint. And then you can fly right in through here, check your corners, see if anybody's here, kill some here and there. So now I'm going to go through my settings. I do play on a lower sense for most people, I'd say. Not too fast, actually. I have 800 DPI and a 6 in-game sense. I haven't changed any of the multipliers or the ADS sensitivities. I play on relative. My movement is automatic attack sprint. These are all pretty much the same. My crouch and slide, like I was saying earlier, is my mouse button 4. I do prefer having a lot of my keybinds on my mouse. It's very helpful. Since my right hand is my dominant hand, I do most of my movement and lethals and tacticals on my mouse. So next we're going to move on to the bunny hop. So this is quite a basic movement tip. Most people get this down pretty quickly. So what you want to do is you basically are going to start off in, let's say, any corner you're running up. You swing, you double jump. You can either choose to go far, or you can do a short bunny hop. So the farther you go, obviously, the more you're going to have to learn to lock onto your enemy with your mouse. You're going to want to be able to easily flick onto their head. So if you do a short one, it's not going to be like a big difference, but the farther you go, the harder it's going to be to try and trace your enemy. Next, we're going to talk about shouldering. I don't do this too often. I usually play very fast. I don't like quick peeking corners and jiggle peeking, but basically how I shoulder is I'll go into a slide, stand up, peek away, go back and forth. Okay, so next we're going to talk about centering. What I recommend is keeping your crosshair at chest to low neck level. I recommend this because as soon as you peek your enemy, most of the time you'll end up hitting that head to chest level shot, while they may be shooting at your legs to lower bottom level. Next we're going to talk about YYing and screen shaking, looking at the ground, all that type of shit. My opinion on YYing, it's completely fine. I mean, as long as you don't do it excessively. I mean, looking at the ground in no way is it going to ever help you when you gunfight. Nor does it make you look good. That's just how I see it. Screen shaking will not help you either. You just look like a complete idiot when you're doing that shit, bro. So to YY, what I basically do is I'll run around. You gotta have your tac sprint. So you have to be running and you just keep flicking your scroll wheel. You can turn on your auto scroll and then your game crashes like that. So now I'm going to show you my rush routes on a few of my favorite maps. So we're on this side of 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙖𝙡, not sure what you call it. But what you want to do, you run here, pop your stim at the van, run around this side, throw your nade, try and clear out any enemies, check here, go up here. I usually swing behind these containers, try and get a heady glitch, start peeking, clear enemies here and here. So now we're on this side of 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙀𝙀, the front side, that's what I'm going to call it. So you want to start off here, pop your stim once you reach to about here, throw a nade that side and start running this way. There's going to usually be an enemy standing back here and someone will probably push up here or here. You can then either run into top office and get a clearing of somebody coming up the stairs, shoot through the door maybe, or you can either try and kill this guy right here or here, run into their spawn and get a good flank going. Okay, so now we're on Gunrunner, and this is the warehouse side of the map. So you're usually going to spawn over here in this backside area. So what I like to do, take out my Cali sticks, hop over this, pop my stim, then cut into here, go into boiler. There might be someone sitting in the vent, so be careful of that. When you go through this door, there are a lot of ratty players in this game now. There may be a claymore here, claymore back here, some kid sitting with a fucking shotgun back in this corner. So it's all about game awareness and just making sure your surroundings are cleared. So then what I like to do is either run back through here, check out forest, green is clear. What you've noticed with a lot of my rush routes is I like to get the flank on my enemies quite often. Most of the time you'll see me running through rather than running into people. So what I like to do is I'll go around and then take out as many enemies as I possibly can. Next spawn will probably be minecarts. So what I like to do here is I'll rush, go into boiler, pop my stim around this door, cut through here, make sure washroom is clear, go around. There's probably going to be an enemy sitting back here, one might be over here already, maybe top with the crates. I'll cut through here, make sure nobody's still sitting in the spawn. Come up here, then clear enemies here. Go up here and shoot people on the vents. So now we're on vacant. So this is the container spawn side. So my rush route over here will probably be running through main doors, popping my stim, cutting to the left, clearing enemies here, here, maybe even here. Then there's usually people in this hallway. So what I like to do, open the door. So this gives you cover from somebody sitting behind there just for a little bit. Protects your back, gives you like a little angle. So I can usually shoulder peek right here, go back, make sure nobody's sitting back in these corners or even in the grill over there. So once I've cleared that out, I'll swing here, make sure nobody's sitting in these two headies. Run into their spawn. Then there could be people sitting anywhere in here, behind the crate over there, behind the pillar, boxes, AFK. Even this little desk. Be careful of this fucking desk. The amount of times I've died to somebody lying down here, and then they just peek up and beam the shit out of me. It's just a warning. There may be rats sitting over here. Okay, so now let's say you're spawning on this side. What I like to do, run over here. Pop sim once you reach the hallway. and then swing left. Then what I like to do is either clear out somebody sitting on this wall, or I'll hop up on here. This is really fast, so what you want to do, let's say when you're running, you hop up on this ledge, you can break through the glass like that instead of wasting time hopping through here, then mantling again. It saves all that extra mantle time. It's all about your timing and how fast you get to the enemy. So I'll run through here, cut around the back, take out some AFK people, maybe a sniper back here. Then you can clear out people sitting up here on the headies trying to get into hazard. Mount up on these boxes even, shoot people in the hallway. Okay, so now we're on Hackney. So you can either spawn on this side, or you'll spawn over on the right side of the back house over here. So let's say you spawn on the right side. What I like to do is run through here, stim, break through the doors, throw my nade, so you can either get rid of any claymores back here or hit an enemy breaking in through here. So I'll then swing here and try and get through right here to a spot where you can either fire at an AFK person or someone running through. Or you can run to the right side, try and play a bit more passive, slowly pick someone off sitting in the back here. So let's say you spawn on this side now. So with this side, I'll run through the same warehouse, pop my stim, throw my nade up there, and what you'll notice is when these doors are closed, you see how this side of the door opened up? That nade will open up a little angle over here, so they won't expect you to maybe run through with the noise of like the door opening, because they'll think that the nade was just the reason that the door opened. This does work most of the time actually, surprisingly even. So I'll then swing here, try and clear out an enemy on the stairwell, maybe someone back here. Then I'll run back and get an angle on somebody sitting up here, AFK person sitting back there. So now, last but not least, here are my favorite S&D classes to use in Modern Warfare multiplayer. So I tend to run SMGs more than ARs, mainly because I like to run at people, fly through spawns, shit like that. So first we have the MP5, pretty basic loadout, compensator, merc for the hip fire, collapsible stock, stippled 30 round mag. Then we have the RAM. The RAM is a pretty underrated weapon. I do like using it a lot more than a lot of the other ARs in the game. It's just got a very nice feeling to it. It's quite a beam of a gun. You have the AN-94. Really good weapon as well. My M4 class. I love the M4 as a good beam of an AR. My overkill class, so I have my AX50 and my MP5. And we got the Bison. The Bison is very underrated. It's actually an amazing weapon to use because of the ammo size that you have, especially on respawn. The CX-9. Have the Uzi, the meta-abusing weapon. Got the AMAX. Pretty basic class setup. My MP7. I usually either switch around the stippled for a mono whenever I feel like beaming at farther ranges, but the MP7 has a very good headshot multiplier, so you want to be able to get those neck to headshot shots off on people when you're using this weapon. The last thing I'm going to show you is my graphics settings. I get a lot of comments saying my graphics are very good when I put them in videos or TikToks, so these are the settings that I use. And then I do play on Deuteranopia colorblind settings with both. So yeah, that's my tutorial video on my movement guide and settings video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you take something out of it. Have a good rest of your day, y'all. Love you guys. Take care.